It is really interesting because there's a small percentage that the money is really, really important for a lot of different reasons. But most of them, that's not even the most important thing.
Right, and I know that Kalani's feeling on all of this is he's excited for these kids to have these opportunities and have money. But Kalani is not excited about the kid that comes in and starts leveraging two schools against one another to say, well, I'm not sure if I want to come here because Texas A&M is going to give me $100,000 more. Can you match the $100,000?
Yeah.
Because Kalani's feeling is, and I agree with him on this, if the kids are just about leveraging back and forth, it's about next year who has a better NIL deal,
right,
and next year who has a better NIL deal. He wants them to be committed to the program, and like, this is where I want to be. I have these issues to have my family taken care of, and I want to make a fair compensation. Can you guys take care of me? Then Kalani's like, yeah, let's put the wheels in motion and take care of this guy. Being leveraged is not what he is, and it's the wrong kind of player for BYU to bring in if that's what they're doing anyhow.
That's what I was going to say. Is I've talked to a few of the coaches, and they've said, look, if that's their most important thing, this isn't the right program for them. It should almost be seen as an added bonus or icing on the cake for coming to BYU and wanting to be here. Because like you said, the next year, I mean, a year ago, December, kind of the first time the transfer portals, there was that day, there was about 200 kids that entered the transfer portal. This last December, first day, there was over 700 kids. So you want to get the kids that want to be here, and you don't want a kid who wants to be here to have to sacrifice everything by coming here, but also showing them all the benefits, kind of the peripheral benefits that the collective can bring because he wants to be here at BYU.
And BYU, we got BYU Sports Ethics says, Blaine, I disagree with you. This is America. If BYU can't meet the money, they don't get the player. I'm saying the kid comes in and BYU says, well, we can do 400. And then he goes and says at Texas A&M, hey, BYU said they can do 400. Can you do 500? And then Texas A&M says, yeah, we can do 500. He comes back to BYU and says, hey, can you guys do 600? And it's like, no, that's not how it works. You're going to get fairly compensated. And if you start leveraging one against the other and you really don't care about the program and the issue with that is BYU Sports Addict, if he goes for 500 this year and plays really, really well, then next year, Alabama comes and goes, we'll give you 700. And then he goes to Alabama the next year because he can transfer without penalty, and Alabama pays him 700. And then the next year, he has a redshirt year. He goes for 900 to Florida. That's a mess for college football.
It's a mess, but I think his point is it's American. He can do what he wants.
He can do what he wants, and BYU can do what they want as well.
And BYU doesn't want that kid,
right.
And that's fine.
And what was happening was there were some athletes that were actually misrepresented of what they were being told and trying to use that as leverage between schools.
Yeah.
We're going to go compete. We want to get the top athletes for sure. They need to be the right fit for BYU, and that's the coaching staffs. That's their job. But we want to have the right kids here, and we will go after and we will support to get those right kids. And that's why the donations and everything that we're doing, that's really important. You know, Texas, I believe it's Tennessee that has a $35 million collective.
We've heard A&M has similar.
So we have some great support, and we've had some great support with the collective, and we want to win games. We want to win games the right way with the right kids. And it's not to say that there might be a kid that said, you know, maybe his asking price is $400,000. Well, if he checks all the boxes and he's a good fit, hey, that's our job to go figure out how to make that happen.
Yeah.
But we do want to you don't want it to be a year to year, okay, well, now I've got this order. Well, now we have to go back and I agree with what you're saying. We want to have the right kids.
And to survive culturally at BYU, if you're just coming here for the money, you're out as soon as you get a little bit more money. BYU has to recruit. They always have had to recruit a little different, as has Stanford and some of these. You have to get kids that are here for more than just that. And BYU needs to be fair, and they need to be able to compete. But if that's the only reason they're here, then they're not the right fit.